Hey, James here. Thanks for clicking on this video. Before we do start things, I just want to say that we're very, very close to 2,500 subscribers. And I've set a target. I would love to hit that target before Halloween. So if you could take 2 seconds, click that subscribe button, that bell icon, and I'll be really, really grateful. So thanks for that, and please enjoy the interview.
Hello and welcome to that 90s Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host James Russell, joined very special guest, one of my favourites, the one and only Heath. Heath, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing very well.
Great to see you make your grand return this past week. Impact saving Rhyno. I know it's been a long injury layoff. What's it like being back?
Honestly, man, I am so glad that the fans are back and there's people in the audience. It makes it so much easier to walk out there and fall down. So
Yeah,
it's doing those things. It's great. Honestly, it's great to be back, man. I've literally been out for a year. I've been busting my butt in physical therapy after this surgery and everything. Thank God for these two little girls, Courtney and Katie, down at Architect Sports for putting me back together. So
yeah.
they've been kicking my butt, and it's still one of those things where it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey for sure, but thank God I made it back.
Yeah, and what perfect time to come back. Obviously, like you mentioned, in front of fans, which is great, but also just in time for Bound for Glory. Yeah, this could be your first Bound for Glory. How excited are you for it?
Dude, I'm very excited, man, because as you already know, last year's Bound for Glory wasn't too good for me.
Oh, sorry, this is your second. Yeah, for some reason my brain fried, but yeah, last year didn't go so great.
Man, it didn't at all. Last year, Bound for Glory was supposed to have been a very good night for me, and it absolutely wasn't. So, it's one of those things where, you over the years you get hurt, but you never really injured. And I guess this was just the time that the straw broke the camel's back. And, and now what's crazy is that was like my last match. So now a year later is going to be my first match back at Bound for Glory.
Yeah,
so it's one of those full circle type things.
Yeah, this must have been the longest injury layoff you've had. I mean, you've had a storied career, and as far as I know, I don't know if you've had the odd couple of weeks off or a couple of months off, but like a full year, this must be your longest injury you've ever had.
100% my longest. It was like I didn't know what to do with myself, because you're always going, you're always active, you're always doing something, and then once the brakes just literally stop, it's just you don't really know what to do with yourself. It was like once the injury happened and I got the surgery, man, I literally watched so many documentaries and 30 for 30s on ESPN and ate so many Pringles it wasn't even funny.
That's my excuse for last year during COVID. I had to stop working for 3 months, so same, just sat inside, ate so many Pringles. Unfortunately, I haven't worked them Pringles off yet. So we're getting there.
You gotta stop, man. I know once you pop, you can't stop. It's the truth.
Cool. So we'll speak briefly about your first run then. And obviously, we wish it was longer, but obviously, unfortunately, with the injury, what was it like joining Impact and seeing the locker room? And how did it feel being in this fresh environment, seeing in fact you was in WWE for so long?
Yeah, honestly, it is like a nice, cool breeze there. Why I say that is because it is laid back. They listen to your opinions. It's like the locker room is so cool. Everyone in that locker room is just a very good environment there.
Yeah.
And it's like you get paid good. You work 4 or 5 days a month, and it's like you get to be able to do other things on the side to where you just can't beat it. You honestly can't beat it. It's one of those, it's just a very cool, good environment, laid back, cool environment. But when you got to turn, game time on, you go out there, you perform, you knock it out the park, and then you go back, and it's just a cool environment, So I enjoy it. It's more laid back and chilled than anywhere else I've ever been.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few of your colleagues who made that jump from WWE to Impact, such as Matt Wayrode and Eric Young and such, and they say the same thing. And I think one of the biggest appeals, and since then, we've seen the likes of Steve Macklin turned up and W. Morrissey, and they're flourishing. Do you think one of the main reasons why so many people joins Impact is because of that creative freedom you always get?
Hey, honestly, maybe. I mean, it's literally like having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, like they trust your judgment. Like I told them straight up, I'm like, man, I haven't worked at Indies and I don't know how long. I said, but I want to. I want to do it because it's fun and it's exciting, and you know, I can just go and just have fun doing it. You know, talk to the people, sell some 8x10s, you know, whatever. But it's just one of those things where like I never got to do it. And then I told him, I said, I want to go to these Comic-Cons. I want to go to these wrestling conventions. You know, I want to go on a Netflix show if I want to go on a Netflix show. You know, like I want to be able to have opportunities. And they told me I could do it. They said, just email us. If it doesn't, you know, end up like intercrossing with their schedules, go for it. And I'm just like, what? And they're like, yeah, do it. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, okay. Like, and then my wife was all on board for it anyway. She was like, look at this. It's like so good for you right now. Yeah. So it was one of those things to where we cut out a good deal. I signed for 2 years and now they got me, you know?
Awesome. Great. And who would you say is impressed you the most since you've joined? Obviously, there's so many to name, but who's the Impact wrestlers when you've seen them? Perhaps people you've worked with previously or people who's brand new to you, who's like, wow, that guy's impressive or that lady's impressive?
I really like Willie Mack.
Yeah, I love him.
Willie Mack's one of my favorite, man. He's already turned into my wife's favorite. So I'm just like, dang, oh man, I thought I would be your favorite. but I think Willie Mack like stands out to me just because I don't know, he just entertains me for sure. And Chris Bay also. Chris Bay's very talented too. So those two always stick out to me. I like to watch their matches.
Awesome. And obviously you're doing the tech stuff again now with Rhyno and you're feuding with VBD. Well, once you get over this, obviously 3MB, which is one of my favorite stables of all time, they went and did their own things. And Drew Galloway was a former Impact Wrestling world champion also. So seeing in fact 2 members of it's become world champions, would you say that's one of your goals, to be Impact world champion and become a world champion?
That's a fact, of course.
Yeah.
I would say if that's not one of my goals, I'll be silly.
Yeah.
You know, I just got unfinished business at the moment that I need to straighten out. And once I straighten that out, you know, the sky's the limit, man.
Cool. And one of the earliest teachers, you could say, was during your run in NXT, Christian. He was your pro, and he's now the Impact World Champion. He's got awesome match lined up for BFG against Josh Alexander. Can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
What's it like being back around Christian and him being the world champion for the company?
Man, he's still the same. Always gives me crap. Always cracking jokes. You know, just being him. But no, it's always good to see, man, Christian, man. He's always been real good to me. He's always been cool. He's always helped me out if I ever ask questions. So, yeah, I mean, you know, he was my pro when I was a rookie. So, and we always did lap pull downs together.
And BFG Bound for Glory is going to be available on the Fight Network October 23rd and going to be in Vegas, baby. How exciting to be back in Vegas.
I know, man. It's going to be fun. Hopefully I don't get caught in the whole loophole of Vegas again. Last time I lost so much money.
I've never been to Vegas yet. It's one of the on my bucket list, but I'm scared if I do end up going.
Hey, just go for 3 days, man. All you need is 3 days.
Yeah.
Go for 3 days and then get out.
Well, Heath, I put the tweet out if I was interviewing you tonight, and we got a lot of fan questions. So there's too many to name. We're going to try and get through some of them.
All right, let's have some.
So first question, friend of the show, SCW Wrestling Channel, with the Forbidden Door opening on a regular basis, who are some of your dream opponents?
Some of my dream opponents? I would love to wrestle Sting.
Yeah.
That is one of the ones that, like, that's my bucket list of a bucket list. You know, like, if I could ever get in the ring with Sting, I mean, I don't care if he just ducks the line and gives me his comeback. Like, whatever, you know? I just think that'd be one of those like, one of the highest achievements besides me being in the ring with Bret Hart, So
Yeah.
it was just one of those things like Sting's like right there. I wouldn't mind to work Kenny Omega again. I like to get in the ring with Christian. I would like for Rhyno to daggone come back to me so we can win the Impact Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, unfinished business.
So, but yeah, man, there's a lot of I would love to go over to New Japan just because, like I said, I've never been and I've always wanted to go. So that'd be a lot of fun to go over there and just experience it, inside the ring, outside the whole environment. Like I've always wanted to do that. So it's just, the whole forbidden door is open. So I love that. And it makes wrestling fun again for everybody.
Awesome. And a follow-up question on the Sting. Danny Doom asks, will Stang return?
Stang's always going to return somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere.
Cool. And you mentioned Bret Hart. That was a question from Demo God 1. What's it like to share the ring with Bret Hart?
It's amazing, man. It's amazing, man. And what's even better is that, like, his whole 2010 run that he was there, like, we were, like, married together. I would be the one that he gets in the ring with. I was the one that when we went overseas and, just over in Canada, too, like, we worked in Calgary, Winnipeg, all these places, man. And we went overseas in Germany and Europe and everything was in the ring together. So it was just, like, one of those things to where it's like, is this happening? Like, this is really going on. Like, I can't believe this. And like Bret will like text me on my birthday and on Christmas and stuff like that to where I'm like, I'm friends with the Hitman. And I mean, as a kid, I love Bret. Like, who didn't like Bret Hart? Like,
he's like God. He's like God over here in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, people loved him. I mean, that's just how it was. And his music was cool, and he looked badass. So it was just like, what are you gonna do now, man? So it was just one of those things where like it really happened, and it was just really cool. Like, and he's a great human being. As a person, he is just such a good dude. So I don't know, man. It was just so surreal. Like, here I am just talking about it and I'm smiling.
Yeah, he's my bucket list interview. I've said to many people, I love to do my show, but if I interviewed Bret, I said I would just be happy to pack in the podcast because it'll never be topped for me.
Right.
You're close second to him, though.
There we go. I love it. Hey, but honestly, dude, Bret's amazing, man. Bret's such a good guy.
Hopefully one day. I've put some feelers out there. I've contacted some relatives. So
hey, Bret, man, do this podcast, bro. Come on, Bret. Hook the brother up.
And question from UTT Rob. Who was your favorite legend to face during that run when you was doing your promos and legends were interrupting you?
Them. Every one of them, man. I have good things to say about all of them. Only reason, like, the crazy thing about how good that was is that I remember being a kid at the guardrails and watching every last one of them,
Yeah.
And then 20 years later, being in the ring with them, and then you're just like, whoa, what? Is this really happening? This is really happening. Like, it was just like so surreal. And then, being in the back and going over the match with them and talking with them and just being like, I'm seriously going over a match with Vader and Sid and Animal from the Road Warriors, Rikishi, Piper, just like Bob Backlund, like just like, what the heck is happening here? So that whole run with the legends to me was just a lot of fun, man. Just it was childhood dreams coming true.
Awesome. And a question here from Michael Muir. He said, legit question, have you got any 90s NFL sporting lineup figures? I don't know if you're an NFL fan, but I'm not.
No, I am an NFL fan, and I actually do have. Are we talking about the little statue-looking things?
I think that's what he's on about. Yeah, the figures.
Man, I wish I didn't have them still. Like, I have a lot of. Well, let me give you a little tour here. So here's all my NECA stuff here, like. But I have like all the NECA. There's Jaws, and then back there like Hellraiser, Gremlin. Then down here, Back to the Future, Kong. And then over here, this is where I got some of my wrestling stuff. Sting, Bret Hart, Andre, LOD, some of mine up here. You know, so yeah,
Awesome.
I've got toys everywhere. Hey, look, here's my wife. Look at her. Hey. So yeah, I've got toys and everything. Hold on, what was the question again?
Any 90s NFL sporting
Oh
lineup
yeah,
figures?
NFL things. So all of these are lined up and everything, but my room's a mess. I don't have it organized. But I have a huge bin of the toys downstairs. I got my a lot of LJNs in there and Hasbro's and all that. But you can see in there a lot of the NFL players. You know, I see a helmet over here, but I see they're posing over here. I don't know who all I have, but I do have some.
Awesome. So, if you're a horror fan, must be looking forward to the new Halloween.
Oh man, my house is always done up like Halloween anyway.
Oh, my kids love it.
I'm like a skull fan, like skulls and stuff, So, and my wife is too. So we have like random skulls around the house, and I don't know what some people think when they come in here. I mean, even over here, I've got we went to a shooting range, and we have zombie posters that was up that we were shooting, and we got them framed and everything, and we're gonna be hanging them up in the house too.
Cool. So we'll leave the rest of the fan questions. We'll try and do them another time. So last segment of the show, we'll ask you your best and worst. So basically give you a topic and what's your favorite or your best and your worst. So first question, who's your favorite referee to work with?
I like to work with Charles Robertson.
Lil Nate.
Lil Nate and Mike Chioda is real fun too. John Cone is a lot of fun. Also, man, I've got a few, I guess. Chad Patton's cool. So there's a lot of them out there.
Mike Chioda. So on this channel, we also review 90s WWE pay-per-views, and Mike Chioda, congratulations, he recently won a Mother of the Night award.
Oh, yeah?
He had a pretty decent mother at King of the Ring 93.
Okay.
Cool. Favorite town to work in?
Favorite town? Probably Charleston, West Virginia, because it was like my hometown.
Yeah.
But I love, honestly, I don't know why, but over in London, the O2 Arena, at first, they hated me, man. They absolutely hated me. When I first was over there with NXT and stuff, it was they're chanting "Kill the Ginger," and then they're chanting "Ginger Ninja" or something. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
It's just a nickname. So ninjas, Ginger Ninja. It's like a school ground prank or school ground taunt.
Well, yeah. So
I've never had to deal with it. Thankfully, I'm black-headed.
Right. Well, they were just they were just mean to me. And then 3 on B happened. And then next thing you know, man, ever since 3 on B happened, and even after 3 on B and everything, I would come out in the O2 Arena, and it would feel like I was very, very popular. I should have had a Cena pop, type deal. To where for some reason, man, they just absolutely love me, and I'm just like, hell yeah, baby, yeah, how y'all doing?
3 on B was like the Rolling Stones over here. We loved them.
Yeah. It was so good, man. And I remember telling the boys, I was like, why can't we get this pop everywhere?
Yeah. Hopefully you'll be coming back next year with Impact. Fingers crossed everything gets back to normal. So can't wait.
I hope so, man. Over there, it's a lot of fun.
Cool. And I've got loads, but we'll finish up on this one. We're running short on time. What's your favorite road story you can tell us?
The favorite road story I can tell you?
Or funniest?
Oh man, there's a few. My little girls just came and showed me something. A funny road story. My goodness, there's a lot. There's a lot that I can't tell though.
They're the best ones.
Well, the one that comes to my mind right now is one time me and Rhyno was traveling from somewhere in California to LA, and we were going to go and watch a Dodgers game. And we're probably about 3 hours away. We stop at a gas station, we go get some snacks and drinks and everything. We use the bathroom. We come back out. We're driving. We're literally probably about 25 minutes from the hotel. And I tell Terry to stop again because I wanted to go to the gas station, but then I couldn't find my wallet. And then I'm just sitting there like, what the hell? Where's my wallet at? You know, I'm looking. I can't find it nowhere. Terry's like, well, the only time we stopped was at that gas station about 3 hours from here.
Oh, no.
So next thing you know, Terry is an old school, old-hearted, old-minded veteran. He keeps every receipt. You know, he counts his receipts. He calculates it all up that way. Like, he's that old school. He don't just use a credit card, you know, like swipe it, pay it, whatever. He counts all the receipts. But thank God he had his receipt that day. So when he texted the person or called the restaurant or the daggone gas station, he asked him, you know, hey man, we were there a few hours ago, blah blah blah. He was like, yeah, did you lose a wallet? And Terry's like, or Rhyno was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I got it here at the back of the the counter. He was like, you know, you got about $200 in there someone could have took.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh man, yeah. So I was offering to tell Terry, hey man, you just let me drop you off the hotel, I'll drop back. But Terry, being a good friend, good buddy, drove 2 hours back with me. You know, got my wallet, all the money was still in there. And then we drove 2 hours back to the hotel to just go to the hotel, grab some food, and we missed the game. Those are my dumbass.
That's awesome.
Well, Impact Wrestling was horrible. It was so stupid of me, man.
Oh, we've all made them mistakes. Well, Impact Wrestling fans, they can watch you on Impact every week on the Impact Plus app, or Impact Insiders, and Bound for Glory, 23rd of October on Fight Network. But before we do go, Heath, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Man, on social media, I am on Instagram and Twitter, and it's just literally Heath XXII, like the Roman numerals on my arm. Yep. I said, and I'm the one with the blue check.
Cool. Well, Heath, absolute pleasure to speak to you, and hopefully we can do this again one day.
All right, my man. You take care.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Later.